Hello guys, how's it going? It's Professional here. Today I have another list video for you guys, and we are going to be focusing on 5 tips and tricks to avoid the orbital cannon. Now, I cannot promise you that if you watch this video you will never get orbital cannoned, but I can promise you if you follow many of these tips you will reduce the chances of getting hit by it. Some of these you guys may already know, some maybe not. Here are 5 tips to reduce your risk of getting hit by it. I hope you guys enjoy. So starting off at number 5 is to check your surroundings. And what I basically mean by this is to always check if anybody's on the facility. That's the first thing that you want to do to avoid getting orbital cannoned. If you go on the foreclosure website for Mace Bank, you can see all the different facility locations. I personally recommend memorizing all of these. There's not that many, but if you memorize the facility locations, you can get a good idea of where people are. And whenever you are selling your businesses, make sure that you always double check before you leave that business if anybody's in a facility. This guy right here, he's in a clubhouse, and nobody appears to be in a facility in this lobby. If there's one person in a facility, I don't recommend going outside with your business because, a lot of people are going to say, well, there's nobody's going to waste $750,000 to destroy my cargo. Trust me, they will. There's plenty of people on this game that have modded money, and there's people that glitch the orbital cannon, and there's people that'll just wait, sit, and look at somebody's business, and they'll wait until that person comes out. The second that person comes out, they'll just destroy all their cargo with the orbital cannon. Some people are just nasty and scumbags like that, so you gotta watch out. So whenever you guys are selling your business, always check. Always check the map. See if somebody's in their facility. If there's one person in their facility, I don't recommend risking it. Don't even sell in that session at all. And if you're selling with a friend, if you have one friend with you, have that friend keep an eye on the map while you're selling your stuff. And the reason that friend is going to keep an eye on the map is just because there's nobody in the facility when you first start selling does not necessarily mean that you're safe. Somebody could teleport into that facility with a heist invite. Just need to accept the heist invite. They can teleport in there right away. Or somebody could just join the session and they could spawn in the facility. So you always want to keep an eye on that facility. Which brings me to my next point right here, which is use Ghost Organization and Off the Radar. These two abilities are going to be your best counters towards the orbital cannon when selling cargo. Whenever you sell cargo, make sure you sell it as a CEO if you have that option. You can sell all the different businesses in this game as a CEO except the MC businesses. In this case, I'm selling a nightclub. So always sell as a CEO because you can use Ghost Organization. I personally recommend driving a little bit of a distance to the target, like drive like 25% towards like the drop or drop offs depending on how many you have, and then activate Ghost Organization. The reason you don't want to activate it right away is because I like to wait a few seconds of driving so that I have more time to use Ghost. But when you activate Ghost Organization, you basically have a 3-minute window where you are completely safe. The orbital cannon griefer, they can't see you on the map, they can't see your cargo. Everyone else in the lobby can't see you or your cargo for 3 minutes. When Ghost Organization expires, I recommend activating Off the Radar. Now, I know what some people are thinking. Some people are going to tell me, but if you activate Off the Radar, they're still going to see your cargo on the map. Correct. That's for everybody outside in free mode. But for the people that are on the orbital cannon, when you activate Off the Radar, they will not be able to see you or your cargo for an extra minute. So in total, if you combine the two, you have 4 minutes of time to be able to protect yourself from the orbital cannon. And if you have a passenger, have them activate Off the Radar after your Off the Radar ends. That way, you're going to have 5 minutes. And if your Off the Radar and Ghost Organization expire and you have no more time left, at that point, what I recommend doing is hide the cargo somewhere. Drive it like under a bridge, in a tunnel, somewhere where the orbital cannon can't see it. And then in that case, you might want to go out, and if they're trying to orbital cannon you, if they orbital cannon you, it's better that just happens, where you just get orbital cannoned versus your cargo getting orbital cannon. That's what I always do. If somebody's trying to target me with the orbital cannon, I'll leave my cargo somewhere, run outside, let them blow me up, and then my cargo will be safe. It's a tactic I've used a lot, but if you can always make it, try to get there before your Off the Radar and Ghost Organization ends. That way, you don't even have to deal with getting orbitaled in the first place. Number 3 is use interiors and cover. The orbital cannon was patched a few months ago, and in that patch, it makes it harder for the orbital cannon to get you in so many different locations, and it also disables the automatic targeting for the orbital cannon when you go into a lot of interiors. When you go into one of these interiors, the person that's locking onto you, they automatically lose track of you. They won't know where you are in that interior unless you go outside, and they can't kill you inside that interior either. And these interiors, they're convenience stores, they're clothing stores, they're barber shops, gun stores, tattoo stores, and these places are all over the map. They're pretty much everywhere. Even in Sandy Shores, there's a lot of these places. places. And if you suspect that somebody is going to their facility, you see somebody on their facility, you can't activate Ghost Organization in time, it's very helpful to go inside these interiors. That's what I started doing. You know, when griefers started joining my live streams, trying to orbital cannon me, and I see a person just join my stream, and I see them in their facility, I go inside one of these interiors right away, and they can't hurt you inside these interiors. They're pretty much all over the place, and chances are that you're pretty close to one of these interiors because there's just so many of them all over the map. If you aren't able to get inside an interior, don't worry, there's other ways to protect yourself as well. Take a look at this right here. In this example, I'm in a parking garage. Parking garages will protect you as long as you are on the lower level. And in this case, my friend right here, Lee Feather, he fired at me 2 times, was not able to get me. Taller structures like bridges and other types of buildings, they will protect you as long as the structure is tall enough. If it's too short, you will not be able to survive the blast. So you can hide underneath structures like this, they will not be able to hurt you. But be warned also, they will be refunded their shot and they will be able to fire again. So just because you're under here doesn't mean that you're going to be able to cancel their shot. They won't be able to hit you as long as you're under here, but they can still keep firing at you and firing at you because it'll keep refunding them until they hit you. So the taller the structure, the more chance you have of surviving. Let me show you an example right here being under this short bridge. In this case, I thought this bridge would protect me from the orbital cannon. I was wrong because it was too short. When it's a short piece of cover like this, while the orbital cannon will not go through it, you get caught in the blast radius because the thing is just so short. So right here, I got caught in the blast radius and I died. So I got obliterated. But take a look at this right here moving on. And I'm going to speed this clip up to save time here, guys. But this is on the exact same highway right here. This is a little bit of a taller structure right here. It's a little skinnier also. Right here, my friend tries to orbital cannon me also. And here, can't hit me. Look at this. Boom. Not able to hit me. So the taller the structure, the more chances you have of surviving. Make sure that when you're looking for a piece of cover to get under something about this height, around this height. Don't go for those short bridges that I just showed you before because you will be able to be obliterated through that. But if you're under something like this, you know, these guys, when they realize they can't get to you, they're going to get kind of annoyed. But there's also one spot that I found that is sure to really make orbital cannon griefers pretty annoyed. Take a look at this right here. This small bridge I found at the airport right here, and this bridge will always protect you from the orbital cannon, as long as you are underneath it. When that person is looking at you through the orbital cannon, it looks like this structure won't protect you at all, but it will. My friend fired once here, he's going to fire a second time, is unable to hurt me. So if you want to make these orbital cannon griefers annoyed, you can go right here, and they're going to keep firing at you and firing at you. They won't be able to get you under this small bridge. It's this perfect location right here. Number 2 is the Seabreeze Trick, and the Seabreeze Trick I learned about from my friend Gilly Master. I will link his channel and video down in the description below. Make sure you guys give him full credit for this method. But what the Seabreeze Trick basically is you take a Seabreeze, you fly upside down, you crash into water. The Seabreeze is disabled. You don't drown because the thing keeps bouncing up and down, so you're able to breathe. But while you're crashed in the water upside down, you are basically invincible. The orbital cannon cannot kill you. It cannot. No matter how hard they try in the orbital cannon, they will not be able to kill you. They can keep orbital cannoning you over and over and over again. I've been orbital cannoned already 3 times with my friend. They can't get me. Even when the Seabreeze is flipped upside, they still can't harm me. So when you disable this thing in the water, you fly upside down, they can't get you no matter what. And the purpose of this method is mostly to really annoy the orbital cannon griefers that pretty much makes their thing useless. When they can't orbital cannon you, you know, you're sitting right here in the open. They're constantly trying to blow you up, and you're invincible. So if you ever want to really annoy these guys that are using the orbital cannon, just flip the Seabreeze upside down, and you're good. They can't harm you, no matter how hard they try. Before we unveil the number 1 best tip to avoid the orbital cannon, here's a few special mentions. Special mention number 1 is if you have a heist invite from Lester, you can always teleport to your facility or to your apartment, depending on if it's a Doomsday heist invite or an original heist invite. And this, you'll be able to get away from the orbital cannon really quickly. But be warned, be warned. Griefers can also use heist invites to teleport all of a sudden to a facility. So they'll be fighting you in combat. They could use a heist invite to teleport to their facility and orbital cannon you. So if you ever see somebody disappear randomly when you're fighting them, there's a good chance that they might have used a heist invite. So keep an eye on the map, see if they teleport. And if they did, look for cover or activate Ghost Organization. Special mention number 2 is the Akula will not protect you from the orbital cannon. My friend right here is in an Akula, and he is in stealth mode right here, but I can still see him. A lot of people, they buy the Akula thinking that they will be safe from the orbital cannon. The Akula will not protect you from the orbital cannon. Doesn't matter if you're in stealth mode, it won't. But right here, perfect example what happens when somebody just runs into a business. They're inactive, you can't target them. But just be warned, the Akula won't protect you from the orbital cannon. I see a lot of people thinking that it will for some reason. It won't. I think personally it's kind of stupid. If it activates an off the radar feature, it should be safe from the orbital cannon. But unfortunately it's not, so keep that in mind, guys. Special mention number 3 is diving deep underwater will not protect you from the orbital cannon. I've seen a lot of people in the comments arguing with each other. Some people are saying if you dive really deep underwater, it'll protect you. Other people are saying it won't. So I decided to test it right here, and I'm the deepest I possibly can be. If I try to dive anymore, I will die, and the orbital cannon still manages to hit me. While there might be some places underwater where you might be safe from the orbital cannon, it's just not worth the effort diving so deep underwater just to not get orbital cannoned. So it's much better just to look for some kind of piece of cover, some kind of interior, or activate off the radar ghost organization. Don't bother diving deep underwater, because most of the time you're not going to survive an orbital cannon hit down here. It's just a waste of time. And the number 1 best tip to avoid the orbital cannon is to use an Avenger, an MOC, or a Terabyte. All 3 of these vehicles work. My personal favorite is the Avenger. We're going to be using the Avenger for this example. But basically what I like to do with the Avenger is I like to fly really low above the ground. And the reason I do that is because when they look at you through the orbital cannon, it's going to look like you're flying, like you're about to take off. But I fly really low to the ground, I engage autopilot. When I engage autopilot, I go to the back of it. When they are staring at me through the Avenger, looks like I'm piloting it, looks like I'm about to take off. If they don't know about this method, when they hit you, you will survive. So as long as you are in the back right here, you will survive. And the reason that this is the number 1 best method out of all of them is because when they hit you, they're going to waste their money, and they're not going to be able to hit you for 48 minutes. It's going to basically render their orbital cannon completely useless. They can't hit you again. Take a look at this example right here where I target my friend. Here my friend is doing the exact same trick. He activated autopilot close to the ground. Looks like he's about to take off, fooling the griefer. We blow him up right here. He survives. As long as you're in the back, you will survive. You'll just teleport outside. You won't die. It won't count as them getting the kill. You can see right there the green square. He survived. But now if you take a look at my bank account, I wasted $750,000. And the best part, I can't fire the orbital cannon for 48 minutes. This is the best counter out of all of them. They can't fire it for 48 minutes, and they're also going to lose their money, which would really irritate them. As long as they aren't doing the glitch, you can have the last laugh right here. They just wasted their money, can't do anything for 48 minutes, so you just basically tricked them into wasting it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, then subscribe. If there's any other tips and tricks that I missed on dealing with the orbital cannon, please comment down below. I'll try to reply to as many people as I can. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys found this video helpful. I'm just so sick of this orbital cannon. It's one of the stupidest things they added to this game. But unfortunately, we got to deal with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.